Welcome to The Generational Gamer. This is my first car video, so let's see how well it does. And I want to thank Smash JT, whom I've never met before, for giving me this great idea to talk about things while I'm driving when I'm normally bitching to myself. So let's see what's going on. I have video segments for the bathroom, the basement, the kitchen, and the attic. So let's start. The basement is stellar in the cellar because it's a happy place. And let's see, bitchin' in the kitchen, manic in the attic, although I don't have an attic, so that could be a problem. Oh, bitter in the shitter. Now, truthfully, I would not be using the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom. I would just use it for the acoustics because you get that nice echo effect. All right. On to the topic at hand. So let's see, I'm in a car, so I could be a star in the car. How's that work? Alright, that's what I'm going to use until I come up with something better. So the purpose of today's video is as follows, as I drive to pick up Mega Man Legacy ZX, whatever. As some of you may have noticed, I've done a lot of Kaico Labs videos lately. Now why? I've done them because they've sent them to me. And I have a policy that I started with them where I am not going to give a bunch of conjecture when I'm reviewing a product that is sent to me. And the reason for that is as follows. When I bought my first retrotink, I was so pissed when I actually got it. So if you go back to the Screenwave Media's group, every one of them said the same thing. And I thank Smash JT also for explaining to me why there was always this clique of people who always said the same thing and were always on each other's videos. I had no idea. And then once he explained the Marvel MCU, or MCR, whatever the hell those things are called, that made sense. So everyone said the same thing. Buy the retrotink. You'll love it. It's the best thing ever. Look at the quality you get on your 30-year-old games. Yeah, you're omitting a pretty key factor. Most of them use HD retrovision cables. Yeah, they look a hell of a lot better with that. And yeah, there's no lag. But nobody freaking mentioned it. Where I bought it, got it home, I'm thinking this thing's gonna be the magic bullet for everything. And I get it, and composite looks like absolute shit. It doesn't really work with the 32X right out of the box. I mean, you could fight with it and get composite to work, but you really need to connect it directly to your Sega Genesis. Okay, fine. I get that. It was a lie through omission, not really a lie. Alright, fine. I'll deal with it. I was not happy. I sold it. I never thought of it again. In fact, I was very anti-retrotink. Until, I believe it was Scarlet Sprites did a video on their updated model. Now, in truth, the only thing updated about it is the firmware. So, you can just update your old one if you don't like it. And all the issues I had with the first-gen model were resolved by the time I bought the second one. Keyword, bought. Composite still looks like shit. It doesn't work like with the Sega Genesis with the 32X attached. But the truth of the matter is, the biggest issue I had, which I didn't mention right now, is that it occasionally buzzed on consoles it was connected to. It's like, what the hell? All I want to do is play the damn game. I don't want to have to deal with this crap. And it buzzed. And I could never figure out why, but apparently it was an issue in the early firmware. So, my video with it when I bought it was the N64, its best use. Now, of course, there's been many products have come and gone since on the N64, and I don't use it on the N64 anymore. I bought that $150 Eon, which is a glorified retrotink in a box that only does the N64. I mean, I use it. It's simple. My kids can use it if they want to play N64 games. They're young, so it works out well. But Kaico has been my dominant focus lately because they gave me a chance. One other company gave me a chance, but they asked for something after they sent me the stuff and I refused, and that would explain why I haven't received anything since. Now, I'm not going to mention the company name, but I only did 2 videos on them, and you could probably figure it out by the process of elimination. Kaico's never asked for anything. And if somebody has a question for me, I can ask them and they'll respond and I get a logical answer, and that's good. Now, the biggest thing people complain about is, okay, they stole stuff. I know what happened with the retrotink design. It looked differently, but they apologized for it, and I'm comfortable to say I can move on from that. But I'm not going to say whether I like their stuff over something else. What I'm going to only do is provide something that I've used for some time, like in the recent video with the Carby. I love my Carby. I bought my Carby. I love Insurrection Industries. I think their product is top-notch. So I took that and I compared it to something that I knew nothing about outside of the fact that the company sent it to me for review. And to this date, Kaico Labs has asked for nothing in return. They have not asked for positive reviews. They have only sent me stuff to, here, check this out, and let me know what you think of it. And I put them side by side to let the viewer make the decision, and make a logical decision at that. So one of the other things is a buddy who I actually met through the channel who lives in my area. He happened to see my channel from a local store, Regen, that I did a video on early in the channel's life cycle, and they recommended it to him, and subsequently he contacted me asking me if I wanted to borrow some of his stuff to do videos, which was awesome. But we've since become buddies, so I appreciate that, Nick. And sometimes he'll respond in the comments as well. But he suggested, and not so much the retrotink, but the people who reviewed the retrotink and didn't explain every little thing about it and how to make it look good, he said, you know what you should do would really help me as a consumer? I said, what? He said, you should list everything that makes the quality look like that. And you may have noticed on the M Classic videos, in particular, I list everything I have connected. If it's a retrotink, if it's a HD Retrovision cable, of which I only have Genesis cables, and it does look good, I'll be frank, it looks pretty damn good with that. But you will notice that I have a black screen with everything listed and the price. I bought my M Classic, and it works well for the generation it was designed for. But it looks good on pretty much everything from the Dreamcast up through the Wii. I don't use it for anything else because it doesn't need it. The only other exception is if something I buy, like some cheap arcade machine that needs to have a 4:3 aspect ratio and my TV doesn't support it that day, I'll use the M Classic to force it into 4:3. That's really the only exception for it. I seldom, if ever, use it on the PS4 or the PS3, but you know, sometimes, what the hell, give it a try. I don't really use it on the Switch too much, although every now and then I'll give it a try. I think I recorded some video with Nick's Xbox, but I'm not 100% using the Kaico cable. Feeding the trolls. Let's move to a new topic, feeding the trolls. The reason why I'm talking about this is because the fact that I did Kaico videos, I've received some criticism. To put it, Kaico sucks, don't do Kaico. Alright, thanks for the opinion. I appreciate that. I'll take it under advisement. And as an aside, I will respond to criticism, and I try to improve things if it's constructive. And fortunately, I come from a generation that didn't grow up with the internet, so I can do something as simple as turning it off. And that's it. I don't need... By the same token, if it's a brand new video I put out, and somebody's constantly criticizing every little thing about Kaico, it's strategic to let them bitch. And the reason is because that interaction counts in the YouTube algorithm, it boosts it. So, yeah, bravo, yay me. The point I'm trying to get to, and I do vary my topics a bit, and that's that whole direct deposit, in the brain, out mouth. So the reason I'm talking about this is because I did these videos on Kaico. Some people were complaining that I did videos on Kaico, and they wanted me to openly say Kaico is trash, and I wouldn't do it. And I argued a little bit, and then I realized, stop feeding the trolls. The trolls have nothing to eat. Eventually they'll get hungry and go look for another food source. That's the great thing about growing up without internet. I mean, hell, I didn't even have Facebook until I was in graduate school. I didn't even know what it was. One of the younger people in their undergrad program goes, "You should try Facebook." All right, what's a Facebook? It's this website where you can meet people and find people you knew when you were in high school and never talked to again. You know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let me get on Facebook. Son of a bitch. So I got on Facebook, but now everybody's on Facebook. Older people are on Facebook. Baby boomers, they're all on Facebook now. It's great. People you went to high school with that you wouldn't know if you couldn't pick out of a police lineup. Hopefully none of them are actually in a police lineup. I never used Twitter until I started the channel. I didn't even know how to use it. In fact, my early tweets are really bizarre. It's like, what's this hashtag? Why are they putting a pound symbol next to a word? That is the weirdest bullshit I've ever seen. I learned. So that's really about it. Don't feed the trolls. That's just that. I'm going to continue doing some Kaico videos. I've got some more that I haven't released yet, and that'll probably be it for Kaico. Maybe I'll do some side-by-sides with the M Classic, but I have another idea that I'm going to release sometime in the not-so-distant future, so stand by for that. Anyway, if you watched this long, thank you. I am not going to throw in my ending, nor am I going to add a beginning to this one, which you would have already seen by the time I upload it. So thanks for watching. If you don't mind, let me do the obligatory comments. Please like and subscribe and share, and like and subscribe and share, and don't forget to subscribe and like and share. So anyway, have a good one. In case you haven't noticed, I have been parked for several minutes now, so I'm not driving. That's why I'm looking at the screen and not the window. Anyway, have a good day. Please like, subscribe, and share, and peace out. Generations out.